Good morning, good afternoon and good evening YouTube. What's going on? It's your boy Joey Does Tech and we are back with a brand new video. As you can see from this crystal clear image, I have a selection of Gameboys. Some missing buttons, others with faulty screens, some with no screens, and one with a disgusting screen. Let's call this Game Boy Jeffrey. Jeffrey is clearly in need of some love and doesn't even have a battery cover. So this is the one we're going to be focusing on today. Now I know that our boy Jeff has a couple of faults. Not only is his screen absolutely screwed, but Jeff has been asleep for a very, very long time and doesn't actually want to turn on at all or make any sounds. So today we're going to take our boy Jeff apart and see exactly what's going on and see if we can identify the issue and reason why it's not turning on. I don't really know what I'm going to look for. I think water damage is our first big culprit, so let me get my blue mat and my tools and we'll get it taken apart. So I've got my trusty old toolbox, I've got my ceramic tweezers, a toothbrush just in case we need to get rid of any dirt, and a knife. Got a knife. First things first, we've got a total of 6 tri-wing screws we need to get rid of. These screws are extremely tight, so I think I need to be really, really careful. They just don't feel as easy to get out as the other ones did, and I don't know if that's because somebody's been in it and put it back together, or it's never been. Oh man, look at that. I'm going to try really hard to get you guys to see this, but we have rust on that screw. Don't know if you're going to be able to see, but I think you will. All of the screws feel extremely tight. Moment of truth, we ready? Here we go. Let's see what lies underneath the hood. Oh dear. What do we have here then? Look at that. Is that... that's like fungus. Why is there fungus growing in this Game Boy? What's going on? I don't know about you guys, but the top half actually looks okay, right? Can't see anything ridiculously obvious that would mean that it wouldn't work. Tell you what though, that looks a little bit loose. The ribbon cable at the top looks a little bit loose. See that? All the contacts aren't pushed in properly. I wonder, surely not, if I just unclip it and just reseat it back in. Can you imagine if this works, by the way? I don't think it's obviously, it's not going to, right? But that'd be pretty cool if it did. I know this isn't going to work, so my hopes are definitely not up. However, no, nothing. I thought we'd give it a try just to make sure. Okay, so that's not working, all right. But yeah, you might be able to see this side. You see that? Look at all that green. What's amazing me is just the state of this down here. Look how green it is. Oh, it's disgusting. Okay, let's take the rest of it apart. Look how rusty these screws are, man. Oh my gosh. This is going to be heartbreaking. I know it. Very slowly take these out, because I've heard that if you spin too hard, they can split or something. Good news is I don't think this has actually been touched yet. This one is the one that I'm worried about. We might have to send you to screw heaven, buddy. One thing's for sure, I'm very glad I got my gloves on today. Oh no, that's water, no? What is that? Oh, it's filthy. Hold on. Is that actually H2O? What on earth am I witnessing? Okay, I haven't even seen the other side of the board yet because I'm nervous. But yeah, I mean, this down here tells me a story. Tells me a ridiculous story. Let's flip it over. Ready? Oh! What do you mean? No. Let's look at the buttons real quick. See how groggy they are. Wow. There's all sorts of stuff peeled off. You can see here, look, that's bubbled. If you can just see that. Let's try and get a better look for you. So that's all bubbled here, look. This is obviously just disgusting. I have no idea what's happened to this. I'm assuming it's like, I don't know, it looks like a leak of some sort. I don't know if water would do that. If anyone in the comments could fill me in, that'd be wicked, like Craig David. Now I don't think there's any way back for this little guy, to be honest with you. With the amount of rust and damage that we have to this, like, I just don't know, everything's just flaking off. But what causes that? If I turn this over and I look at the front cover that gets placed here, this bubble that you can see on the board where it says BT doesn't look like it falls under anything. It's just above the B button. So I don't know if maybe liquid damage has got through the B button and corroded this. But if I look on the back, more stuff's just falling out. Oh, okay, I'm trying to make sense of this now, right? So BT, I think, could be wrong, stands for battery terminal. So this is the other side. See, battery terminal? And when you plug the battery in, it looks like it goes to here and then here. And by the looks of it, a battery has possibly been left in this or something, and it's just completely screwed the board. So it might be a battery leak. Nonetheless, whilst we look at this and go, that's a GG, and there's no looking back for this guy, we also say, okay, and we might have on the bottom side a couple of good parts potentially. Yes, there's a lot of gunk here, but this, you know, this looks like solder issues. But I mean, speaker wise, we could have a nice speaker. Obviously the battery terminals aren't going to be any use, but maybe a wheel, a couple of ports on here as well, the power stuff maybe. That feels really groggy actually. There's too much going on this board for me to try and resolve it now and try and fix this, because I don't think I can, and it would be a complete waste of time for me to even look into this, I think. Unless you guys in the comments have any experience dealing with like the Gameboys and stuff, just please let me know. If this is too far gone, I'll probably just get rid of all the stuff that's on it and then bin the board itself. If you think that there's something that I can do to resolve this, wicked, again, let me know and I'll try it out, because why not? Crazy as it sounds, I am just going to put this back together whilst we kind of work out what you guys have to say, if there's any way that I can revive this. And we're going to quickly take a look at another Game Boy that I have. Here we have Percy. Percy is another Game Boy that doesn't work. I have tested this by putting some batteries in before, but nothing on the screen whatsoever. So we're going to quickly again dissect Percy and see if there's any water damage. Sad face, we cry every time, like the other Game Boy. So let me just dismantle this real quick. Okay, so far, I mean, so good. From what I can see, early impressions, top side of the board looks fine. Like, actually looks really good. I'm just double checking a little bit closer. Doesn't look too bad. And then the bottom side, the usual kind of yellow solderish marks that we tend to see, I think, on the Game Boys anyway, that I've taken apart so far on this channel. So nothing horrendous. All right. We still have 3 screws in the motherboard as well, which is nice to know. Here we go. Other moment of truth. What do we have? Oh, best take the power bit out first, as well as the ribbon cable. How are we going to look? Okay. Again, extremely clean. Really clean top side. Bottom side, bit of a dirty speaker, but nothing that jumps out at me to say I don't want to work. This one might be a little bit easier. I say easier, in some ways easier, in other ways harder, to diagnose and find out why this doesn't work. But look at it. Okay, sweet. So do you know what I'm going to do now? I'll tell you. I'm going to head over to the youtubes.com and I'm going to have a look and see what I should test first if a Game Boy doesn't turn on. That's the plan, and I think that's a good plan. So let's do that. After some extensive research and actually looking at this and discovering that I don't see any water damage to the board at all. So the only thing that I could think it could be, which I've actually seen in a retro future video before, the power switch. Now the power switch might be a little bit dodgy. The solder around it could possibly just need a little bit of tinning up, which should make this Game Boy work. If not, I guess we go straight back to the drawing board and give it a good clean and just see if that helps. But I definitely want to re-tin. That's the term they use, right? Is re-tinning this solder might give it a new lease of life and hopefully will make it work. However, don't be angry. Tomorrow, which is going to be the 3rd of January 2021, still feels mad saying 2021, I'm going to be practicing my soldering using this beautiful kit. I don't know if you guys can see, because I can't really see what's going on, but it's basically got a load of resistors and capacitors, I'm pretty sure that's what they're called, and then you solder them onto this board with some, I believe, like LED lights, and it's supposed to work. Because we're all going on this journey together, I thought it would be a really good opportunity to be able to live stream it and just have you guys in the chat. The time that I'm going to be live streaming is 2 PM GMT, 2 o'clock in the afternoon GMT time. And because of this video, I'm also going to be trying to re-tin the power on the second Game Boy that we had a look at, and hopefully we can fix that as well. So tomorrow is a little bit of a soldering stream. I will leave the stream public on my YouTube channel, so if anyone does want to go back and have a look at it, they can. It's been your boy Joey Does Tech. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I will see you tomorrow at 2 PM GMT on the live stream. Peace. Sorry about the intro, by the way.
And yes,
I did mess up the time in the original video, which is why the editing towards the end about the live stream being on time looks absolutely awful. Sunday the 3rd of January at 2 PM GMT. See you then.